don't want to do it. Don't you know that's how I work? That's how I function. I don't do it because you want me to. I do it because I want to do it. No.
Okay,
Hey now, DJ Comfy.
DJ Comfy is back again. Maybe that's where we should start. Welcome John back.
Yes, John.
I didn't have my music cue.
What is going on, man?
Yes.
You were out for ever.
Mm-hmm.
What changed in your life?
Well,
About to go into a whole song.
This is the theme music of my days all day. Because I have another kid. That's all y'all need. That's all y'all need. That's all y'all need. Yeah, I got a new kid, got a new Bambino.
Yay!
Brought the boy home. So yeah, just watching him grow and eat.
How's he settling in?
Doing real good, man. His job is real easy. It's just making sure he does everything he did the day before. Sleep and eat. You know, they make breast milk look so delicious.
So this is your third go round with this. What's changed this time? You're older, you're wiser. What changes are you gonna make for this one?
So I guess the short answer is I don't know. Like I still have a lot more room to go. Originally, I don't have as much. Like bringing a baby, once the baby's here, you're not as unsure as you were the first time you brought a baby home, or even the second time you brought a baby home. The third baby, you know, like baseline baby stuff. Has to eat, has to have a diaper, has to sleep. What cries mean? You're not a horrible parent if you decide to like take a break, you know, and hand them off to somebody. All those things are like legitimately healthy qualities in a parent versus like the first one. It's like the most precious diamond gem you've ever had in your life. If anyone looks at it, it's the wrong, you're going to give the wrong mojo. If they bump their head, you feel like the worst parent of all time. All that should go away after like baby number 2. You're like, you're gonna bump your head, you're gonna hurt yourself, you're gonna get sick, someone's gonna hurt your feelings. You know, I'm gonna tell you to leave me alone. You know, so yeah, I think it's just a lot more comfort as far as like what to do in the early stages. Yeah, but I mean, it's still a struggle. Like I always think, like I don't want to lose myself. I'm pretty big on being like an individual and still being a parent, and those two things are different. Some people like to be an individual who's also who can't be anything but a parent, right? And I think I think that's hard for me. I can't just be dad all day, every day. That's my only job. That's the only job I want to do. I think my kids suffer from it if that's all I know. That's all I talk about is. But yeah, hope that answers your question, man. Just more open.
Nice. Yeah. I agree with that last point too, man. Like I think you have to maintain some semblance of your individual identity separate from your child. Some people, their identity is wrapped up in nurturing, and that's fine. But I still think you need to know that is you, and these are the kids, right? Like you can nurture your kids, you can nurture your dog, nurture your garden. Like if that's who you are, you need someone to take care of. Just recognize that and keep that in mind as your kids grow and leave you.
Hey now, listen, yeah,
Everything.
because I was just about to start talking about because one day they will leave you, and then you have to figure out, wow, who am I?
Who
And
am
you know, and I thought that, and I think I still do a pretty good job of getting my own identity, having my own thing that I do. I always want my kids to see me do something I enjoy doing, something I'm proud of, something they can look at and say I should, you know, enjoy my interest and be my own person too. And like I said, I thought I had it all figured out. And you know, we were a house of 3, and when we lost a member, like I felt that. I felt, hey, you know what? And then it started making me think, wow, well, when I lose 2 members and it's just me, how am I going to conduct myself? What am I going to get into? What other thing? Because I really thought that I'd done a good job, but I still am affected by losing that parental that role for that one particular kid who told me in no uncertain terms he told me about something and I was like, hey, you need to do this and this. He goes, ha, I'm an adult. And I was like,
now, can I borrow some money, Mama? Because I need to eat.
wow. But I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I can't expect you to conduct yourself like you're not. So let me just rephrase what I just said. Let me give it to you in the
adult way.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me.
Sounds like you did a good job. You raised him to
to
be independent and figure out how to solve problems rather than come to you for everything. So that's
there
good.
You go.
And isn't that the goal? Like,
yes,
I think about that a lot. Like when I have a child, the goal to me is much more simple when I make it. How do I make sure this individual becomes independent and reliant upon their own judgment and want to create more value for the world than what was there before they left?
yeah.
Those two things are primarily our goal as parents. When we do what we do a bad job of, I think collectively in this country, from my experience, is we wrap our identities into their attributes and what we think they should be doing, their behaviors. And it's because it's so hard to like untangle yourself from being so hands-on from the early stages to then letting them go into this crazy chaotic world where they're going to find their way in shaping it, right? But I remember this one dude told me years ago when I was about to have my first kid, he was like, man, I'm gonna give you some advice, man. I don't like giving anybody advice, but this is the best advice I ever had. Don't do anything for your kid they can do themselves. And to that day, like to this day, like as soon as my infant child can do one thing that I know he can do his own, I'm like, do it. I'm not doing it for you. I don't care if you make me feel like I'm a bad guy, I'm an asshole. You will love me for it when you learn how to do more for yourself than relying on me. Because if you're relying on me, you're relying on me and my emotional state, what I think is best for you. And then at a certain age, you need to start figuring out your own individuality. And if you can be independent, that journey is it's a lot more, I guess, rewarding. So it's not easy, right? Like it's still hard. You care about them. Your job is also to keep them alive day in and day out. But when I boil it down to that, man, it makes it a lot more simple.
My wife has been looking more into like Montessori stuff. How do you guys feel about that? She showed me these videos of like these kids who have their own little kitchen set, like with running water and stuff. Running water. It's real water, but they have it set up in a way. And the kids will go and they'll get like a cutting board and like get veggies and like have this little type of cutting knife they can use and cut their own veggies and go get a skillet and step up to the stove and cook an egg. And they're like 3 or something.
Practical knowledge. Yeah. Yeah. My daughter
I like it.
Goes to like one of those
type of
schools. My kids. Yeah, the school she's in is a very Montessori style, and they also have gymnastics. That their gym is gymnastics. If that's what you want them to do, they'll pull them out of class, take them into a gymnastics training where they're learning the application of what they're learning. And I just feel like that's, for some kids, a better way to educate. It's like apprenticeships versus sit down and let me tell you how to memorize everything in all these books that you're not going to memorize and ever use. And then I'm going to make you feel like shit if you don't remember all of them, right? Like, that's insane. Whereas there were kids who were smart enough to learn how to solve problems and put things together, right? Like that's way more applicable to me than how many words in the dictionary can you remember, right? Like, Who cares?
We cut to a house in the suburbs. Man opens the door.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, hey, I'm here to stay. You may be maybe your kids AirBnMontessori. Stay for a couple nights. Both couple nights to stay here. So can I come in?
You met my kids at the Montessori school, and you
No, your kid's running a business. It's an Airbnb it's like an Airbnb, but it's for kids. Yeah, so they can learn how to run a functioning business. Yeah.
Well, I did share with my kids about investing protocols and like how to build wealth. Do you have this website that I can see? I didn't know they built the whole website and everything. Is this
it's a pretty big website. Yeah. Here it is on my phone. Yeah.
And you paid for the service, so you're
I did. Yeah. It's
are they renting their room out? Is that what you're telling me? My kids are renting their own room.
It's not a whole room. It's a corner of your living room. There's a stove. There's some toys and different things. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Well, I don't see any children, sir. I mean, are you going to be playing with the toys and stuff yourself?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my kids interested in this, but they're not really biting. So I want to come in here, take some pictures, post it on my social media so they can see what a good time I'm having, or what a great time other people have, and hopefully that'll get them interested.
All right. Can you wait right here, sir? I need to have a conversation with my kids before. I mean, this is a kind of big step, right? I talked to them about banking and investing, and now you're telling me they have a whole website with adults and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me just see what they're doing right now. Give me a second.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Wait down here. Kids, where the hell y'all at, man?
Antoine, bring the spreadsheets. Hold on, Dad.
Okay, let me pull them up on the tablet.
Okay.
Look at y'all. I mean, education is doing. Y'all got the iPads and the spreadsheet. What's going on? Why is this grown ass man outside my house trying to saying he renting pieces of my living room? What the hell are y'all doing?
Yeah, we were running a special this week because the holidays are coming up, so we wanted to make sure that we really captured people early. So we ran a special this week, and he was one of the first people who bought. So is it Clive? Is that who's at the door? That's who we have on our registrar.
Yeah.
It's Clive. It's a guy named Clive. Let me ask you this.
Now, kids. I know what you're going to say. Did you check his credit? Of course we checked his credit.
Of course we checked his credit.
We issue all the top tier payment security strategies, okay? We've checked his credit to make sure that he doesn't have falsified credit. We also accept cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yeah. We don't accept Dogecoin because we don't believe in that, right?
Don't believe in that. No, of course not. That thing can go down in a second. We can show you more spreadsheets if you want.
I don't need any more spreadsheets. I'm feeling a lot of conflicting feelings right now. One, I am completely proud at the ingenuity and entrepreneurship I'm seeing in you, in my children. I always wanted to build generational wealth and keep that in the house. The problem is you guys are 6 years old, and I just feel like you guys are going way too deep into this world where there's a lot of legalities and banking. And I mean, I put you in the school to learn how to be good individuals, right? But are you sure you want to get into these capitalistic endeavors at 6 years old? I mean, can this just be like an idea that you just present in school? You don't have to go through the full thing in my house, man. That you didn't even invite. This is my house. This is my piece of capital that you're auctioning off, right? Like, what's going on? Like, I just think that's too far, kids. Why don't y'all go back and drink some Yoo-hoos or something?
Oh, Dad. When you signed us up for the Montessori program, I know you thought that it was just going to give us some advantage in developing ourselves, but didn't you think that they would come to an end where we would begin to rely on ourselves and believe in our own ability to solve problems, to create new ideas, to perhaps even, start a business like we've done. I mean, Montessori is not just play dad; it's play for a purpose. Yeah.
Exactly. And also, some tactics, they're not always above board. Yeah, maybe we sold a little bit more than we had. Maybe we needed more leverage. We figured we'd ask for forgiveness instead of permission on this one. Isn't that something that I've heard you say?
Yeah.
It is definitely one of the critical principles I've taught you guys. Listen, I'm so proud. I mean, when y'all went to that school, y'all weren't even sitting down and eating food at the table. Y'all still wearing pull-ups. Now you guys are running. Let me just get out of y'all way. Let me just see
right. Because we got Clive just standing at
Clive is out here. Let me just ask you, how much are y'all paying? How much is he paying for this square footage of the living room? Can you just give me a little bit of that? What is Clive putting up?
Well, let's see. There's a couple of things. A few boxes of fruit snacks.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead. I think you have it.
I was just going to mention the full-size Butterfingers as well.
Yeah.
It seems like you and Mom weren't quite as approachable about buying more candy, which we felt we deserved. So we decided to come up with a revenue stream to get our own.
So you guys had the option to take crypto as Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you chose Butterfingers?
Yeah. And fruit snacks. Don't forget about
fruit snacks. So you have to support multiple types of currencies in order to attract the clientele that is willing to barter on something like Butterfingers and fruit snacks.
Usually I would be completely against your methods of transaction, but I'm going to go ahead and let this work because that is a goddamn incredible way to solve a problem. We told you we weren't buying any candy. You turn a business into a candy generating machine. God damn it, this Montessori school is working. Go ahead. God damn.